Yo, what's going on, guys? We are back with another episode of Project Architect 2, and in today's episode we're going to be diving into a few of the mods that are like helping support everything else. We have 20 million just sitting right there. But yeah, we're going to be diving into mods that are like supporting mods. What I mean by that is like our storage mod that we use. We're going to be diving into that one today so that we can start getting actually generated with auto crafting. So let me show you what I set up. So if we go into our white hallway down here, we have two 64K crafting units. It's the same thing as the 1K crafting unit we had, just with the 64K down right there. And we also dug this area out, and the reason for that is because we are going to set up the assembler matrix. And to be able to do that, so if we look at this, you can ponder it and it'll show you the multi-block. And what this will do will allow us to have all of our crafting components or all of our crafting patterns in there, which will save us a lot of space down the line. And I really want to get into this. So first things first, we need to make assembler matrix walls to outline the entire thing. So we can make 57, which should be good. So if we line this like so, like that. That's how that should look. This is a 5x4x6. Toss those in there, and then now we need to make assembler matrix walls. We can make a stack of these. I don't think this is the biggest one you can make, but it is a decent size that will do us justice. Okay, now that we have that, we have to put the last wall in also, but now we need to make assembler matrix pattern cores and speed cores, which I believe if we look at this, it tells us that we can only have, I believe, a certain amount of one of those cores. When it comes to speed, I believe. I think it's like 3 or 6. Needs at least one pattern core, must completely filled and can't be hollow with assembler matrix is correctly framed. Power lines assembler will turn blue. 3 different types, so you can have matrix only take patterns, which assembler matrix only take patterns from its pattern core. Each pattern core provides 36 slots for assembly matrix. Matrix will assign the received crafting jobs to its craft core. Each craft core can run 8 craft jobs at a time. Assembler speed core, the acceleration cards for assembler matrix 5 speed cores will allow, so we need 5 speed cores, which are these ones. So to make those, we need red matter balls. Make 2 stacks of red matter balls and then turn them into glowing or paint balls, like so. And we should be able to make 5 of these. We throw those 5 in there, which it's not as big as I actually want it to be, but it's big enough. And then we need pattern cores, which is blue paint balls. Make 3 stacks of those. Actually, gonna want to make crafting cores also. Crafting cores, which I believe if we look at it, it said that so it can run 8 crafting jobs at the same time. So we have, so what we can do is let's make these into paintballs, like so. And we need pattern providers. Let's make pattern providers. Just do 10. Shouldn't be too difficult. But they have to be extended pattern providers. It takes capacity cards. Not an issue. Just do 100 iron and 100 gold. And then capacity cards. Let's make some of those. make that amount. And then we can make the extended like so. With the extended, we can make some of these, which says 4. So we can put 4 of those pattern cores in. Let's make some crafting cores. We need purple paintballs. We're gonna need extended crafting, which we can make those. We're gonna need a few of those. So to make the extended crafters is like that. Which we're gonna need to make some more of these, which is fine. Make some of those. Make 6 of these. That's 4, 6. And let's do, so we can do 3 more speed core, or 3 more pattern cores. We can do the rest in pattern cores, because that is what we are going to need. And to make those extended patterns, we can go like that, which will give us 2 more. To give us 2 more of those. Okay, and then so what are we're missing the extendeds, which we're missing the capacity cards. So let's craft the rest of those. Craft more of these. So you don't have the dust. So let's get some more flux dust. We'll make sure to come back and turn that off, or turn it back to 4. So then here, assembler matrix, pattern core, pattern cores. So it's 2 more. We need 3 more. Pattern. Can make some more of those. What are those called? Those are called engineering. Make 10 more of those. Now we made those. Now we need the wall. We need, I think it's only 6. Like that. And then we have to connect it to power, which shouldn't be too difficult if we grab our cable, which we don't need a big cable. We can just take a small one. Home because we're stuck. We go back into our room when we can build this up. So now we have a good amount of crafting, and it should be in our terminal here, or well, we don't have that terminal. So let's look up the pattern access terminal upgrade, pattern extended pattern access terminal. ME pattern access. So let's make one of those. So we just need to make one of these. We can just connect this up here for right now. I don't know how exactly I want to set this part up, We will eventually. But yeah, as you can see, we have all these different, we have all the space for patterns, which we can always make another one and extend it even further. So that's going to be helpful. So that's done. We could have put glass in, we didn't, but I do want to make a ME requester also. So what we can do is we can just start patterning everything out like so. ME interface is like that. And then that should be everything that we need to do. And what we can do is we can literally just toss these in here like so. And then now if we go to ME requester, should just be able to, oh, we have to show it how to craft that. Like so, and now we should be able to craft it. Boom, now we have one. And so what we can do is we can take this, and I don't know exactly where I want this to go, but for right now it can go right here. I'm not going to want it right there though. I already know I'm not going to. We can put it right here. It's in between these. That should connect up. Yep, device is online. And then now if we go like iron, put iron in there and say we want to keep 100, right? And hit check. And now if we look at our iron, it should be crafting. Missing ingredients, the system is currently crafting requested items. Is it? It is. It's requesting it one at a time, I believe. So we have our furnace over here. Is it requesting one at a time? It is. So what we can do, I think in batch size, we change this to 100 also. And submit the change. Now it should just request, 100 of those at once. And then as we look right here, we have the hundreds, so that's in stock. So what we can do is we can do it with our gold also. And we just do 100, 100 across, submit it, and then we can do our copper. $100, 100, and then this just keeps on going down, I believe. I believe we can just continue to scroll down because like another one that we're going to want is silicone. So like these right here, we're going to want silicone to always be in stock. And, oh, it took our silicone away. Silicone. There we go. And so now like we have 100 gold, silicone, whatever we need, just auto craft it. We can do this for any item too. So like if we wanted to do spruce, well, we don't really need to do spruce planks, but whatever item we want, we can have it. Just we can set it up right here, and that'll automatically craft it, which is really nice. So keep that craft in our system. So that is one of the main things I wanted to do in this episode. Because before we start diving into like dimensions and stuff like that, like crafting our own dimensions, we really need to make sure like our storage is all right. And then, which, let's take a look at this real quick. We might be able to craft. So we're on 16K, I believe, 14, 16, 16K. Let's do 10 of these. Let's let that craft up. And then we can also, let's see. You have to pick a mod to start diving into. And so we have our storage. We got the ME requester. We got a basic to gold tier chest, which is nice. Oh, we also got the upgrade, which gave us a collecting upgrade. So we can either dive into, so we got logistics. So we have to dive into mechanism at some point. So we might do that soon. We also need to dive into magic. But I don't have anything specific that I am going for in here, because like when it comes to our adventure bound, the next thing that we have to get is the dimensional shard or dimensional essence, which you get that from going to a different dimension, which we are not yet there. But we are going to have to set up like our big mechanism factory. I don't think we'll have to go super far into detail. So we go at mechanism. Let's see what's all has a, does anything in mechanism have a, it does not look like these have any type of EMC value to them, which means we'll have to do it by our, like go through the process completely, which isn't that big of a deal. But then there is industrial foregoing that we have to get into. Maybe we'll get into industrial foregoing next, and get that all started. But we'll have to get a whole new room for it. So we'll probably be diving into the black room, getting that set up for that. And there's also like the quantum crafter I'm eventually going to want to get and everything along those lines. But we can grab a drive real quick, just like so. And we can take this out, put that down, and then we can take our 1016Ks and we can turn those into storage housings. Like so. There should be all 10 of them. And then now we have some more storage. So without further ado, guys, hope you guys did enjoy this episode. And if you guys have any questions or anything like that, just let me know down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one.